Hello and welcome to a Talmud Israeli production. Today we'll review the highlights of this week's course of Daf Yomi study in Masechet Bava Batra, pages 89 through 95. Pei Tet V'Tzadi Hey, 89. On this Daf, the Gemara addresses the sizes of the various measured utensils that are kosher to use, and also addresses the fact that there are certain sizes that are not kosher to use. And concerning the non-kosher ones, the forbidden sizes, al kulan amar ribas, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, "Oili im omer, oili im lo omer." I feel guilty whether I address these topics in public or I don't address these topics in public. I'm feeling guilty either way. Im omer, if I talk about the forbidden sizes, shema yomadu haramayim. Maybe the dishonest and unscrupulous people will realize what I'm saying and then go ahead and create utensils the size that are forbidden and use them and defraud the public. Vim lo omer, but I also am reluctant to not say it, Shema Yomru haramayim, because maybe the dishonest people will claim that the dishonest people will think the rabbis don't know our activities and we can get away with our activities. So the goal was, of course, to not have people misbehave and cheat and be dishonest, but also to warn those who are interested in doing so that the rabbis are onto them. Tzadi, 90. Here the Gemara says that there were certain utensil sizes which there might have been a reason to prohibit. However, we did not prohibit them because those utensil sizes existed in the temple, the Beit HaMikdash. So the Gemara then suggests, well, why not? Why didn't the authorities outlaw these sizes even in the temple if they were so problematic? And the Gemara responds, Kohanim zrizim. The Kohanim, the temple officiants, are zrizim. They perform their work with alacrity, and they're not going to make a blunder. And so there's no worry about mistakes, or for that matter, deliberate dishonesty. When it comes to measurements in the temple, the Kohanim are taking care of business. Sadi 91. Ein yotzin me'aretz Yisrael l'chutz l'haaretz, l'imken amdu satayim b'sela. The Talmud says you're not allowed to leave the land of Israel, to pick yourself up, to uproot yourself, and then move to the diaspora, unless the prices of basic goods in the land of Israel have gone up by 100%. They're now twice what they once were. Well, what's the Gemara getting at here? The goal was to protect the demographics of Eretz Yisrael, that the majority population in the land of Israel should be Jewish, at a time when that number was declining and the percentage of heathens on the land of Israel was increasing. So the halacha was codified in such a manner as to dissuade people from walking away for financial reasons. If there's modest economic suffering, you stick around. If there's tremendous economic hardship, then okay, it's fine, time to go. Tzadi Beis. 92. De Amri Inshi Mari Shutach Para Afra. There's a popular saying, pithy statement, that if somebody owes you money, if someone is in debt to you, then collect whatever you can from them, even if all they can pay you is bran. No, nobody wants bran, but it has value. You could sell it. You could recover some of your money. It may not be all of your money, but you get some of your money. Why should I collect bran or some junky product, as opposed to holding out and waiting for real cash or gold or silver to collect later on? The answer is very simple. If this debtor doesn't have much to his name, it could be tomorrow he'll have zero to his name, and you'll get nothing. And you'd rather walk away with something than nothing. So collect the bran rather than holding out for something more enticing. Sadi Gil, 93. Hamalik behem ala tabach. If you bring an animal to the slaughterer, v'nibla, and in the course of trying to do the shchita, the slaughter on the animal, he made it a nevela. He botched the slaughter. So now you can't eat it. So the meat is not kosher. The slaughterer owes you money because of his blunder. He's like a nosis sachar. He's a paid employee, basically, who messed up and is required to compensate the offended party. Rabbi Shimon Gamliel However, Rabbi Shimon Gamliel adds to the amount of money that is owed. It's not just the value of the meat that was lost. It's also the embarrassment factor that the person who owned the cow is experiencing because he was going to use that meat to feed his guests at a party. And now he's got no food to feed the people at the party. And you don't make friends with salad. Okay, he wanted to serve them steak dinner. So the embarrassment factor has to be paid regarding the owner of the animal and even regarding the guests who are embarrassed that they came and there was nothing for them to eat. Tzadi Dalet, 94. Shnayim she'efkidu etzel echad zemanav zematai. Two people deposited money with a certain person who was, in their eyes, trustworthy, and one person gave $100 and one person gave $200. When it was come time to return the money to the depositors, each one is claiming, I gave you the 200. The other guy only gave the 100. I gave the 200. One of them is telling the truth and one of them is lying. So what do? According to the Tanakama, the first opinion, you give 100 to each of the claimants. And as for the third 100, we'll leave it in escrow until Elijah the prophet will come and tell us who should get it. So basically, nobody gets more than they deserved. One person is getting less than they deserved, but hopefully it'll be clarified at some futuristic time. However, Rabbi Yossi doesn't like that answer. He says, the dishonest person doesn't suffer the consequences of his dishonesty because he only gave 100. He's going to get back 100. All he did was cost the other fellow getting back his extra 100. That's not fair. So to dissuade people from being dishonest and from pulling a stunt like this, what does Rabbi Yossi say? That the whole amount of money, all $300, goes in the escrow until Elijah comes. This way, nobody will be stupid enough to lie like this because it's going to cost them rather than advantage them. Tzadi Hey, 95. Amarav Yehuda. Yanim Kabachanut. Wine that you buy in the store. So, vendor is selling wine. The wine you buy there, even the worst wine on the shelf. The blessing over that wine is Borei Priagafen. Okay, it's obvious, it's wine. Of course we say Borei Priagafen. Well, but for putrid products, which are not really wine, we would say Shakon Liyabidvaro. Comes along the Gemara to tell you, even the worst wine on the shelf, if it's being sold in the store, it still has the status of wine, and Borei Priagafen is the appropriate blessing. Everyone have a great week.